In the last video, I demonstrated just a fraction of the power and flexibility of clip envelopes by creating multiple parameter modulations that progress over the length of a clip, or its loop length. But what if the modulation I want to achieve is meant to develop over a time frame that differs from that of my clip? What if I want a 4-bar effect modulation, but my audio clip is only 2 measures long? In this video, I'm going to delve deeper into clip envelopes and show how to create a modulation that is a different length than the clip it's embedded in. And to achieve this, I'm going to explore a feature known as unlinked envelopes. I'll head back to my initial drum loop where I created a short transition effect by modulating the frequency parameter of autofilter. Notice that the clip envelope is the same length as the drum loop, 2 measures long. That's because clip envelopes default to a linked state. Simply put, the default envelope length is dictated by the clip length. But what if I don't want the filter to open up that quickly? I think that the transition could have a greater impact if the high-frequency content of the loop increased slowly over the span of 4 measures. I'll start, as always, by double-clicking on my audio clip to open the clip view area. Again, clicking on the E will open the envelope editor if it's not already showing. Because I already have a clip envelope established, I can choose to view it by selecting the proper device in the device chooser and then the appropriate parameter in the control chooser. In this case, I'll return to the frequency modulation control of autofilter. While I have your attention in this area of the screen, I'd like to point something out that might save you some head scratching in the future. It's really important to double check that you have selected the appropriate device in the device chooser drop-down box. And here's the reason why. Some devices may have identically named parameters. For example, if I had a ping-pong delay and a reverb on the same track, both effect processors will show a dry-wet parameter available in the control chooser drop-down. Notice a box on the bottom left labeled Loop. Clicking this button will toggle between a linked envelope and an unlinked envelope. But what does that even mean? Linked, which is the default state, means that the duration of my clip envelope will match or be linked to the duration of my clip's length. If I have a 1-measure clip and the clip envelopes are linked, then my clip envelope will be 1 measure. If I adjust the start or end points of the clip envelope will be edited accordingly. The same goes for a clip with loop engaged. If your clip is looping every 2 beats, then a linked clip envelope will loop every 2 beats. It's as simple as that. But I want a 4-bar filter sweep over a looped 2-bar clip, and that's where the unlinked option comes into play. I'll toggle this button to unlinked. Then I have complete freedom to set the clip envelope's length and loop options independently from the clip itself. It's kind of like having 2 clips in one, an audio clip and a control clip. Notice that once the button gets switched to unlinked, the controls on the right side have suddenly become available for editing. These boxes, which look exactly like their counterparts in the middle section of clip view, allow you to set the clip envelope's start and end points. The duration of my parameter modulation is now totally up to me. You'll also see that the audio waveform has disappeared. Don't worry, that's completely normal. The waveform was only there to provide a visual guide while drawing your envelope. But now the envelope is unlinked and therefore a reference to the length of the original audio is irrelevant. Now it's time to change the clip envelope's length to 4 bars by increasing the end value to the beginning of the 5th measure. If I head over to the sample display area and try to zoom out, I can still only see 2 measures. That's because the clip envelope's loop option is still engaged and set to 2 measures. I need to change that as well. Now I can zoom out and see the area available for drawing envelopes has increased to 4 measures. I can now edit my envelope as I see fit. I'll trigger the clip to test it out. Notice that the audio region continues to loop every 2 measures, just as has been set up originally, but the clip envelope follows its own path and performs the filter sweep over its own 4-measure length. And just like the clip envelope's length, once unlinked, the clip envelope's loop settings are also independent from the audio clip itself. This quick example represents the fundamental concept behind unlinking the envelopes, but this is just scratching the surface. I could add clip envelopes for as many parameters as I can think of, in as many clips as I want, with any duration I choose. This allows me to develop extraordinarily complex sounds from just a single boring one-measure audio clip.